Chapter 2. Back to the light.
I had a terrible dream. In the morning, my thoughts were interrupted by a knock at the door.
The morning Bates is coming completely calm to the door to knock on it.
Sir, open up!
What's going on, Bates?
Open up, sir! I have to tell you something.
Hold on, Bates. I'm there in a moment. What's the matter, then?
It's horrible, sir. Henry, our gardener. They found him in the garden pond.
Calm down, Bates. What are you talking about?
They found him dead this morning in the pond. I know what I am saying. I saw his body being dragged out.
How did it happen?
I have no idea. Detective Collier will tell you that. He has been questioning everyone for quite some time now, and he wants to speak to you too. He did not give any of us a chance to recover from the shock, not even Madam.
Where will I find him?
He's waiting for you in the common room. We had better go there right away, sir.
All right, let's go. Detective Collier.
Yes. Samuel Gordon, I presume. I need to speak with you. Mr. Gordon, do you know what happened?
Yes, Bates told me everything.
Good. I need to ask you a couple of questions. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Did you speak with Henry Stanton yesterday?
Yes, I only arrived yesterday, but I spoke with him during the day.
Oh, you arrived yesterday.
Yes, to attend William's funeral.
I understand. What did you speak with Stanton about?
I don't know exactly. It was a very trivial conversation.
Had you known him from before?
No, I only knew Mr. Dickens, who was Henry's predecessor.
That was before you left the manor.
Yes, about 12 years ago.
Okay, let's return to your conversation with Stanton yesterday. Did he seem strange to you? Nervous or disturbed?
No, nothing like that. He behaved normally.
So, you are saying that he seemed normal?
Right.
I spoke to Morris, your groom, before this interview. He told me that Stanton would often have a bit too much to drink.
Yes, I have heard the same.
Madame Victoria has also confirmed it.
What do you make of it?
Well, they found him in the garden pond, tangled up in algae. I don't know yet how he ended up in there, but the most likely explanation is that it was on account of his drunken state. He might have bumped into something, lost his balance, and fallen into the water.
Maybe. But don't you think the water would have awakened him?
No, exactly the opposite. It was water that caused his death. He fainted, fell into the pond, and the cold water did its thing.
Stopped his heart?
He wouldn't be the first drunkard to have drowned like this. What's ironic, however, is that it didn't happen in a lake or a river, but in a little bit of water in the back garden. Oh well, no man can choose his death. If there is nothing you need to ask, I won't be keeping you any longer.
Thank you.
I have all I need for now. Would you please see me out?
Certainly. Follow me, Detective.
I will now wait for Dr. Herman's report and close this case. Thanks for your time, Gordon.
You're welcome, Detective.
Goodbye.
Collier wants to close the case. Now that Henry is dead, I've got to find a way to obtain the second part of that strange object.
Welcome back, dear viewers. Today we are playing the second chapter of The Black Mirror. Samuel came back in the first chapter to his old home because his grandpa was falling out of the window and died, and that are mysterious circumstances that he died. So Samuel is here to investigate. He was not there for 12 years because there was a fire in the house where his wife was dying. And now he is back. Not so many things changed, but he realized that in his old home many things get more dark and obscure. And now he is investigating what's going on there, and there is a curse on the family, and we want to find out what's going on there. We were seeing that the gardener is now dead, and we want to find out what's going on with the keys, where they are. We have the clue that somewhere around the church or something to find, and we want to see if we find out what's going on with the little pond where the gardener was dying, and we was having the vision with the key and see what's going on there. So maybe we get the key for the garden house. There we get maybe the receipt of the pawn shop to get the other part of the stone piece what we found beneath the tower. Okay, let's look around. Or let us search for things. Well, let's ask the people if they know something new about it. Okay, here's no one. Let's go back to the lobby. Maybe here. Oh, here, Victoria.
What happened to Henry is awful. First William, and now... Henry liked to drink, but other than that, he was a good man.
I'm sorry, Victoria.
I would like to be alone now. Do you need anything, Samuel?
Ah, here, Dr. Herman, the German. I see what he
Dr.
wants.
Herman, the physician, does he live in Willow Creek?
No, some time ago he moved into an abandoned house near the old mill. It is quite close on the road to Willow Creek, the only house far and wide.
Yes, I remember where that is. Thanks.
Please excuse me now, Samuel.
Okay, here's no one. Maybe Bates is in the kitchen. Ah, yeah, still cooking since yesterday. Ha!
Bates.
Yes, sir?
You said you were there when they dragged Henry out of the fountain.
Unfortunately, I was. The sight was terrible.
I have to tell you something. I feel responsible for what happened to him.
Why would you say
Mhm.
something like that, sir?
Well, I ordered him to clean the fountain. He did not want to do it, but I insisted.
You mustn't think that way, sir. Surely, if he had not been drunk, nothing would have happened. And I actually heard Dr. Herman say that his death occurred sometime after midnight. It is not your fault. Certainly, he would not be cleaning it in the middle of the night.
I really hope so. Bates is probably right. Henry most likely fell in there by accident. Have you seen Robert today?
Yes, Sir Robert was reading the newspaper in the dining room this morning. If you would like to speak with him, I am sure you'll find him in his study.
I spoke to Collier. As you can imagine, he asked me a lot of curious questions. Tell me, what did he question you about?
Many things, but most of all, he was interested in the place where we found Henry. It was very unpleasant having to describe it all over again, sir.
Oh? Can you repeat to me what you told him?
I was afraid you would ask. Well, if I must. I was awakened by a sharp knock at the door of my room. Morris was shouting something about Henry. He seemed utterly confused, rapidly pouring out incoherent sentences. He wanted me to go with him to the back garden immediately. At that moment, I still had no inkling of what had transpired.
Did you go with him right to the fountain?
Yes, and only there did I realize what had happened. It took me a while to come to myself again, but then I went straight to the telephone.
What time was it?
It was about 6 in the morning. Collier and Dr. Herman arrived an hour later. That is all, sir. You know the rest.
Yes. Thanks for being so patient, Bates. When did Dr. Herman leave?
Half an hour ago. He took Henry's body to the old morgue.
Did he mention to anyone what he thought about all this?
He had a long conversation with the detective, but I have no idea what they were speaking about. I was so distraught, I was not really listening.
All right. That's all then, Bates. Body is in the old morgue then. What was Morris doing in the back garden so early in the morning? His work is in the stable, right?
Yes, but he sometimes helps with the gardening. Henry cannot do everything that needs to be done. I mean, he was not...
Bates, why don't you take the rest of the day off? You don't have to work under the circumstances.
No, sir. I do not want to just be sitting around brooding. I'd rather attend to my responsibilities. It helps take my mind off things.
I understand. I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
Okay. Let's check out the pond.
There's a deep footprint in the mud. It looks quite fresh. Whom does it belong to? According to both Bates and Collier, Henry's body was tangled up in algae when they found him. How could he possibly have drowned in this though? I shouldn't have made Henry clean the fountain. How could I have known that something like that would happen? The water is murkier than yesterday. The water is murkier than yesterday. Something is glittering at the bottom. What could it be? Something is glittering at the bottom. What could it be?
Yes, grab it.
The water is murkier than yesterday.
Yeah. What I can do. Good. It's the water out. I shouldn't try to go to the garden house because it will be locked. Okay, how we get the thing? The key or what is there inside? We could aid base, but we should go first to Morris. Maybe he knows more what's going on there. Or to know the circumstances of how he died. Oh, here's a sign on the walls. Gun? Okay.
Morris carried the hay sacks away in time before it started to rain. There's enough light in here during the day. Morris, do you have a moment?
Sure.
What do you think about what has happened to Henry?
It was to be expected. He drank way too much. I guess it had to end like this.
It sounds like you really don't care that it happened.
Well, we didn't exactly like each other, but I wish no ill will to anyone.
It was you who found him, right?
Yes, I needed something from the back garden, and as I was walking past, I noticed something floating in the fountain. I went closer to have a look, and he was totally tangled up in the weeds. I could see nothing except his coat.
Did you notice anything else?
No, I panicked, you see. I ran to the castle to get Bates to go have a look with me. I kept thinking I might have been confused and imagined it. But it really was Henry.
What happened next?
I rode into the village to get the detective. You know the rest.
So, Morris found Henry.
Okay.
Were you in the stable yesterday?
Sure I was. Where else would I have been?
The lights were not on.
Well, maybe I wasn't. Why are you asking? Oh, I can see where you're coming from. You're thinking that maybe what happened to Henry might not have been an accident and that somebody might have helped him into that pond. I may be a drunkard and a saucebox, sir, but I'm no murderer.
No one is calling you a murderer, Morris. I was just asking.
All right, fair enough, sir. If Madam learns that you are starting to suspect me, I may as well go looking for a new job. There's not much work available in this neighborhood. And besides, who would want to hire a man with one leg that is almost completely lame?
I'm not accusing you of anything, Morris. At least not yet.
Okay.
Morris, have you boarded up the old well like I asked you to yesterday?
Not yet, sir. I'll do it today.
It should have been done yesterday. I'm surprised that Henry didn't fall into it.
Excuse me, sir?
You know well how I meant that. I want to see it secured today, or you can start looking for a new job. Is that clear?
Sure.
Hey, Samuel.
You needn't shout at me, sir.
I have no idea what has gotten into me. Why did I yell at him like that?
Yeah, exactly. Just guessed there. After being 12 years away. You're not his boss.
I took a look around the fountain.
Sir, why would you bother with such a thing? Why not just leave it up to that detective?
Well, I can't help suspecting something's wrong about all of this. 2 unfortunate accidents in such a short time.
You said it, sir. They are accidents. Henry just got drunk as a stone, and this time his luck ran out.
Maybe. But never mind. I have come because of something else. I found a footprint in the mud by the fountain's rim.
But that's nothing strange. There must be lots of footprints there.
Well, this one is fresh and much deeper than the other ones. The person who left it there must have limped badly or been carrying something very heavy.
Are you suggesting it's mine? Well, why couldn't it be yours? It's mostly me who walks around the garden, and the footprint is probably from the morning I found him.
Maybe.
Sir, I told you I was home the whole evening. I've got no idea what happened that night.
How do you know that it was nighttime?
If I answer that now, could we stop returning to the subject?
We shall see.
I heard it from Dr. Herman when he was speaking with Collier.
What else were they talking about?
I was not really listening. I just overheard a couple sentences as I was walking by. Can I go now, sir?
All right. I'll ask Dr. Herman myself. Maybe I'm suspicious of him unnecessarily. But maybe not. I'll go see Dr. Herman and find out what he knows about that footprint. I will go then.
All right, sir.
So, okay, we should go to Herman the German and find out if there's something new.
I can't leave now.
We cannot leave now. So maybe we should go to the gardeners, check out if we find there something.
The leaves will begin to rot soon. The bags are so bad. Perhaps Henry forgot to burn the leaves. Who will take over his job now that this thing has happened?
Yeah. It was already difficult to find a gardener. I also wanted to head is dead.
It's full of rainwater. It will have to be cleaned before it can be used again.
Okay. Oh, you can enter it. That's good. Yeah. Small table.
Cans of paint and a tin with brushes lying on it. Only painter stuff, nothing else.
Okay, I thought something special. Here's the pots.
It's full of dry leaves. Nothing but leaves. It's full of clean water. I don't want to water anything. They're empty, ready for planting in. Gardening tools and small tubes with fertilizer. I can't see a bill of exchange anywhere. Where could Henry have put it? There is nothing interesting in the drawer.
Okay. Oh, I was expecting that the key that we were seeing in our vision would be the key that we were seeing in the pond.
It's closed and probably full of whiskey. Henry hid it here so as not to carry it. It's locked.
But this is a key. Okay. But I was expecting that it's more difficult just to find someone who has a key to have access to the house than having a small metal box that we could destroy with a hammer or something like that. But it's okay.
The Black Mirror Castle.
Yeah, nothing else. Nice. I think someone we will need it again. Go to the main gate. Maybe there's something in the mailbox.
It's empty. There's no letter in it.
Okay. Now we can go to Robert and maybe ask him about the thing. Today morning, what's happened, what he thinks about it.
Today's newspaper. I don't want to read it.
But why not?
Victoria is at the fireplace in the hall. Victoria is at the...
Okay. You all want to try it?
I need a word with you, Robert.
Yes, but I am quite busy at the moment.
I won't keep you long.
Yes, I'm listening.
Did you speak with Collier?
Yes, he detained me for over half an hour with those questions of his.
So, what do you think about all of this?
Me? Collier's theory seems logical to me. I do not believe anyone would want to kill Henry. Henry drank himself to senselessness many times before, but this time he was unlucky enough to fall into the pond. Cold water certainly had something to do with the body's condition. Being a physician, I can certainly attest to that.
You're probably right.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? I have a lot of work to do today.
Victoria is not willing to talk to me right now. Maybe you should talk to her instead.
You need to consider her age, Samuel. She just needs some time to herself. I'll talk to her in the evening.
Okay.
You have mentioned often since I arrived that you have a lot of work. So, what are you working on?
Oh, I would rather not bother you with the details. Let's just say I'm carrying out specific research. Perhaps I will tell you more about it tomorrow, when I have some time.
Specific
I need to leave
research.
this evening to check on some results.
Oh, all right. I will go now.
All right. Feel free to come back if you need anything, Samuel.
Okay. Let us go to Victoria first and then to Bates and ask him how we can get the water out of the pond.
I'd like to speak with you, Victoria.
I'm not feeling well, Samuel. Please excuse me. I hope Robert will make up for the lack of my company.
All right. I'll come back later.
But this is a problem in the game, just like the animation, you need to get finished first, he's reading in the book, and then he's just looking up and be like, oh yeah, answering first. Damn. Otherwise, this game is really good, to be honest. Graphically, could be better, but it's 20 years old, so come on. See something new? No. Uh-huh. Yeah, something happened. Beats. Stones there.
The door is open. Someone must be down there.
The beats.
Wine kegs full of quality red.
Maybe it's... I don't know. It's the faucets. Did you get the wine out of the barrel in the middle? It makes not so much sense. But, yeah, why not?
This well is from the era when the castle was under siege. It was supposed to connect the castle with an underground system of corridors, but that's merely old hearsay. No one has ever seen those corridors. It's several tens of meters deep, but the water from it can't be drunk.
Okay. When I come somewhere, I should first talk with the people. Then look the rest of the room. It's just like the best what I can do, what I realized. Because otherwise, see everything, talk with the people, then I need to do something. Then come back, it's like onto church, like I was seeing his grave already. Then I need to go, then I was going to the grave digger. And then I need to go back to a lock that I can continue the game. So I should try to first talk with people. That's the best way.
Do you need anything, sir?
I would like to ask you about something.
Certainly, sir.
Why do we are in the dog cellar and sharpening knives? Bates? What you wanna do? Oh, the guy's totally creepy here down there. But okay.
Bates, can the fountain back in the garden be drained?
Yes, there is a big pump in the cellar. It controls the water flow for the whole castle. It is possible to adjust the water level. However, I do not think it is a good idea to drain it after what happened. And Detective Collier should probably be notified about it, sir.
I am merely considering all the alternatives. We have the right to find out what happened. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. In that case, it is probably best not to tell anyone. Is that what you meant, sir?
Very much so. I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
Okay. Thank you, Bates. Continue your creepy work.
They're full of clean water. The cellar is quite cold, so the water is always cool. I can't see anything special, just clean water.
And here's axes on the wall. Pfft. It took a lot of effort to make it really creepy. The game, and many people are so joyless, even the little boy Victor or Vic.
This is where our best vintages
It's
are
a
stored.
village.
Temperature as well as degree of dampness is unknown. Maybe I'll choose a bottle sometime later. I have no time for that now.
Come on, drink a bottle.
It's empty. There's nothing in it. The pump is part of the entire water distribution system. It pumps the water in and out endlessly, according to immediate needs. Water distribution controls. I have no idea which one does what.
Okay. Now our spades.
Bates, I would like a word with you.
I'm listening, sir.
Bates, that pump we talked about,
Yes, sir.
I think it is broken. Which valve controls the water level?
The pump works all right, sir. Only one of the input valves broke off some time ago. The water level can still be adjusted using the other valves. It just takes a moment to figure out the right setup for what you want to do.
How do I know if I have drained the fountain then?
If I remember correctly, the second column from the right displays the level of water in the fountain.
I will give it a try. I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
Okay, good. It will be a puzzle game. We need to figure out how to turn the others revealed that the fountain gets empty. Okay. Okay. Ah, nice.
Ready.
Thank you, Bates, for your help. I'm leaving. A symbol.
A sign of some sort, or a symbol.
It's a key. Nice.
A symbol similar to that from the tower wall. Strange. A new symbol beside another corpse. I'll take a picture of it, just like the first symbol.
Yeah, but the key.
This must be the thing that glittered at the bottom.
Okay. Let's go to the garden house again to get the receipt of the pawn shop. Then I believe we can go to the village. Get the pawn back and then make the pictures. Da da da.
Some papers and a few coins. The bill isn't here. Where could he have put it? A letter. It's addressed to Victoria. Madam, please regard this letter as one from an anonymous friend. One of your servants is not whom he pretends to be. You may find it interesting that he is an ex-prisoner.
And a thief. On several occasions, I watched them sneak quietly into the castle cellar, using the old back door. I saw that person take away several bottles of some of the best vintages of your wine that you value so much. No doubt, some of your other valuables have also gone astray. I decided to write you this letter to prevent further stealing. The person's name is Morris.
Henry meant to blackmail Morris. I am curious as what Morris will tell me about this.
Exactly. Yeah, but that's not his problem. Just blackmailing, yeah, I think it was Morris who killed him. Let's find out. Confront him with this information. Be like, here, you did it. But let us see if we can.
I can't leave now.
Can't not leave. Let's go to Morris, find out what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Morris, I know you've been stealing wine from our cellars.
Me, sir? Who told you that?
No one told me. I'd read it in a letter that Henry wrote to Victoria. So what do you say about that?
Well, I only took a few bottles, sir. I swear. There's such a lot of them in there, I thought nobody would notice. It won't happen again, I promise. Will you give me that letter, sir?
All right, Morris, but I'm going to be watching you. Here it is. I will go then.
All right, sir.
Alright, sir. Somehow it's a proof that he could have some problems with the gardener. But instead of giving it to the inspector, he's just giving it to him. Makes not so much sense for me. But okay, can I now leave the house? Ah, finally, good. Hammond's house, Willow Creek. Let's go to Hammond's house. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Gordon. I would wish you a nice day, but that is not what it is today. To what do I owe your visit?
Well, you told me yesterday to come over.
Let us not discuss things outside in the rain. Please follow me. Better, is it not? Do you mind going down to the morgue with me? I have a lot of work to do. We can speak there.
Not a problem. Let's go.
Watch out for the steps. There's not much light in here, and the dampness can make your footing dangerous.
Yeah.
So, what would you like to know?
I have returned as per our conversation yesterday. This won't take long. I would only like to ask a couple of questions.
Let me guess. This is about William, right?
Yes. You mentioned some bad burns on his body.
On the chest area, to be more specific. Yes.
So?
So, what?
When we talked yesterday, you said you would tell me more about it. That is why I am here.
Is that what I said? Well, I can only repeat what I have already told you. Massive burns on the chest caused by an unknown object.
Is that all? An unknown object? What you're saying is different from what you already told me.
I cannot remember. Those were just initial theories, anyway. I have recorded everything in the post-mortem account. Shall I quote from it?
That won't be necessary. It seems Dr. Herman has lost his memory since yesterday.
Why is he concealing what he originally wanted to tell me after we had first met? That death report would interest me, but not in his presence.
Would Henry want to hide from Samuel? That's a bit interesting. We will
I
see.
spoke with Detective Collier about Henry's death.
It was inevitable that he would end this way. He was a lost cause.
What do you mean?
Well, it certainly was not the first time something happened to that man after he drank himself into a stupor. I know this well because it was I who had to restore him to normalcy after the other bouts. It was not usually serious. However, on this occasion, he overestimated his capacity for drink for the last time.
This is rather awkward, but you see, Henry had something important that belongs to me. I have looked just about everywhere and have not found it. So it occurred to me that he might have had it with him, and that you...
So, what is this it supposed to be?
Actually, it's just a small piece of paper, but it's very important. Otherwise, I would not ask you.
You want me to search his personal belongings?
I would be grateful if you would do that, Doctor.
Gordon, that parcel is part of the evidence. I cannot just remove something and give it to you until the police have completed their investigations.
But that something was mine.
No matter. Until the case is officially closed, I cannot even show you any of those things.
I understand. Thank you, Doctor. At least I know where that blasted bill of exchange is. Dr. Herman, I'd like to ask you about something in connection with Henry's death.
Mr. Gordon, it was my impression that this affair is currently being investigated by Detective Collier. Is that so?
This affair, as you call it, happened in my garden. I have every right to be interested in it.
All
My
right.
garden?
What do you want to know?
I found a footprint right next to the fountain. It was quite deep and very recent.
Yes, we noticed it. Collier made a record of it in his papers. I do not know what else I can tell you.
Did you notice something odd about it?
What do you mean?
The person who left that footprint either limped or had been carrying something quite heavy.
You have an eye for detail, Gordon. That is exactly what Collier said.
So?
The trouble is, there are footprints all over the place, and they most probably all belong to your groom. What is his name again?
Morris?
Yes. You can exclude that one, though, if you thought of him as a potential murderer. Let me tell you why.
I'm listening.
I should not be telling you this, but it is your business in a way, too, so... I have been doing autopsies for over 15 years, and I have never seen anything like this before. Something seemed odd to me the very moment we dragged him out of the pond. His skin was entirely white. You see, I know what the body of a drowned man looks like even after a month, but this was different. He looked as if he did not have a single drop of blood left in his body.
Maybe it was in the water.
Impossible, Gordon. I
Okay.
told you I know what a drowned man looks like.
That's weird.
I have not mentioned this to Collier, however. He would think I am going mad. I need to prove my theory first.
So what have you found out?
Exactly what I expected. No blood. Not a single drop of it anywhere. As though
A
something
vampire.
squeezed the life out of him like the juice from an orange and disposed of its skin in that fountain. This is not like anything I have ever witnessed.
I'm not a doctor, but I can see it's more than strange.
This is not strange, Gordon. It is flat out impossible. Even if someone deliberately wanted to extract all of his blood, there would still be some remaining in the organs and muscles.
So what's your opinion now?
I have no theories yet as to what my conclusions should be. I have no sensible explanation for what I've found, but
Okay.
so far, nothing is indicative of a violent death.
Thanks for telling me this, Dr. Herman.
Listen, no one except the two of us is aware of this fact, and I would prefer it to remain that way for now. When you speak to Collier, do not tell him anything. I will tell him myself when the timing is appropriate.
Understood. I'll say nothing. You can take my word for it. Now that is truly weird.
Yeah, on the one way he doesn't. He has secrets about the body of William, the burns on the chest and everything. And on the other side, he has some really weird facts about the gardener's body. I don't know. It's a bit strange, but okay, let's continue. I have no idea why you should offer him the money, or that he is giving us some. I have to bribe him that he is giving us the piece of paper for the pawn shop.
Doctor, do you think you could go outside for a moment so I could have a look around? I could forget my wallet on the table when you return.
Good old way.
If I had not known your family for so long, I would be offended. Look, I can see where you're coming from. I already told you the parcel has to stay sealed until the investigation is over. So forget it.
Yeah. I will come back. Let's check out the trash. Maybe you find there something.
A lot of torn papers are on the top. Somebody must have disposed of them only a little while ago. They're not wet. I'll have a look at them.
Okay.
Rotten garbage. I'm not going to dig in it. The lid is held shut by a large padlock.
Okay.
I should ring the bell.
Okay.
Yes?
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the morgue.
So now we can investigate up here. Just.
It was torn to pieces. Obviously, they didn't want anyone to read it.
Just having a puzzle game again. Let's go. It's more easy than the picture that we had last time. Here. Oh yeah, perfect. No idea. Corner. 7. Dead stains. Hmm. Just like that. This is here. This is there. This here and finish.
Dear H, my next delivery will reach you soon.
Delivery will reach you soon. You need not worry. Everything has gone smoothly. No one knows anything, and that is how it is going to stay. Do not forget that what I am doing here is for the good of science, and without your help, I would be unable to continue my research. I will send you my results, as usual, within the next month.
H, Herman is likely the addressee, but who's hiding behind the R? What kind of delivery are they talking about in
Robert?
that letter?
I think it's Robert because you know already that there's some conversation, secret conversation between Robert and Herman, so maybe it's about that they have some creepy researches going on and helping each other. Maybe getting some dead bodies. Do some Dr. Mengele
A
stuff.
collection of night butterflies. I'd never say there are so many species of them. Air in here is tainted with a strange smell. The tiny vent can hardly keep the air fresh. A model of a human skeleton watching over the hall, like a quiet guard in the darkness. Herman's private rooms are probably up there. I'm not going there.
Come on, why not? So, thinking if we find here some
I don't know who this is.
keys.
Maybe the former owner of the house.
Yeah, I see some keys.
I cannot take the keys while Herman is watching me.
Shit. Okay. To be honest, I don't need to talk with him. Can I leave? Ah, good. Let's go to the pawn shop.
Hello, Mr. Samuel. What a great big bang that was, eh? The second greatest today, I'll bet.
Hi, Vic. Are you counting the thunder?
Right.
Why are you sitting here like this in the rain? Wouldn't you rather be at home?
I don't mind the rain. And also, I can't go home.
You can't? You're in trouble, aren't you?
Well, it's that broken window from yesterday. Harry told my dad, you know. So I'm not exactly carrying home.
Oh, I see. I have to go now. Be careful of the windows next to you.
I will. Throwing my ball to the other side will be a lot safer.
No, nice. Let's go to the pawn shop. Finally, it's open and we can try to get some pictures that we need.
Good morning. How can I help you?
A few days ago, a man pawned a certain object here. An article similar to this one.
I remember Henry pawned something that looked like that. Yes, that's true.
I'd like to redeem the object.
Certainly, sir. It's £35. And I require the bill of exchange with the owner's signed agreement, of course.
I'll give you the money, but you see, I haven't got that bill.
Sir, surely you know that I cannot return any pawned object without the corresponding bill of exchange.
I can understand why you do not want to release it without the bill, but I will pay for it.
I'm sorry, that's the rules.
That object is very important to me. I am willing to pay a special price.
That's possible, but how fair would it be to the owner if I sold their property to somebody else within the pawn period? According to the rules, the object belongs to them until the expiration date of the note has been passed.
Murray, Henry can't possibly redeem it.
How do you know that?
He's dead.
Dead? I'm truly sorry to hear that, but I'm afraid the owner's death changes nothing. The person who presents a valid bill of exchange and pays the designated price can redeem the object at any time then.
Please try to understand that I haven't got it. Wouldn't the money be enough?
Rules are rules.
You can wait until the pawn period expires.
That's not an option.
In that case, I'm afraid I can't help you, sir.
I know you would break the rules, but who could possibly find out? I am willing to pay triple the price for it.
Triple, you say? No, that's quite impossible. I don't want to lose my license because of your offer.
Yeah, come
Though
on.
I've got to admit it's very decent.
So how much money do I need to convince you?
It seems you don't understand me. I'm not going to do this for any price you could possibly offer to pay. This pawn shop is all I have, and I'm not going to risk losing it.
But who would know about our deal? We can keep it between the two of us.
Sorry, I'm not changing my position. No bill of exchange translates to no release.
Very well then. If I bring the bill and pay the holding price, will you give it to me?
Of course I will.
I thought he was more into money. I must find Henry's bill of exchange, no matter what. Murray isn't going to give me anything without it.
Yeah, sure. This guy is having a license to do some pawn business, and he's just asking if he is just try to bribe him to sell his object. Come on, Samuel. You're risking his existence. He's an old guy, but still. Come on.
I need to get a film developed, and I've heard that you can do it.
That's true. It doesn't happen very often, but it's possible. Trouble is, my machine has been out of order for quite some time now. I would have had it repaired if somebody had needed it, but with things as they are around here, there's been no reason to hurry.
Do you know of any other place that I can get the film developed?
I'm afraid you have to go into town. I can't be of use in that respect. Sorry.
Bye.
Bye. Okay.
I don't want to buy any of these things. It's mostly garbage. I can't see anything I need.
These precious items. Just pausing sometimes in pawn shop. here in the town. And
I wonder if it too is for sale, or if it's part of the inventory here. Hard to say among all these things.
I think this aim is just like, who the hell want to buy a pawn toothbrush?
It only contains more trifles for sale.
But the pawn shop have a lot of strange objects. Okay, I find nothing. Okay. We should go to the bar. Maybe we get some new informations. Just Rick, if you can know something new.
I have nothing to ask about.
Okay. I should
Hello,
first
Harry.
talk with Harry.
Welcome back, Mr. Gordon. Have you come to get a bite?
What do you mean?
Oh, come on. I know your Bates is not exactly a great cook.
It's not so bad. I have no reason to complain.
All right, if you say so.
Do you remember our conversation yesterday on how nothing ever happens around here?
Sure I do.
Well, unfortunately, something did happen.
Oh, you mean Henry?
How do you know?
Well, news travels around here fast. Poor Henry. He was a good regular. We sure drank a fair amount together.
So how long had you known one another?
Since the time he started working for the manor. Which in fact means the day he arrived here. I remember when he first showed up, all sweaty with a suitcase in each hand. He took no time to order 2 pints right away. I knew right off that we would understand each other.
Did he have any friends in the neighborhood?
Probably not. You see, he was kind of a loner. I don't think he knew anyone else. He used to only come here.
Thanks anyway, Harry.
You're welcome, Mr. Gordon.
Harry, tell me, is Mark reliable?
Well, that depends. He's not exactly a saint, you see. But I reckon he'll do what you tell him for a pound or two.
I need to talk to you.
Go ahead, but make it quick.
Tell me, did you know Henry Stanton?
No, I didn't. Should I have known him?
Well, he worked as a gardener for us, but he died yesterday.
Sounds like I'll get to meet him soon now. You want anything else? I'm not interested in company.
No, I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, it's a funny thing just to sit alone in the bar and drink beer. Well, let's talk with Tom.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello there.
Did you know Henry Stanton?
Henry? I saw him in the pub sometimes. He didn't talk much, so I really didn't know him. Now leave me to my sport.
I saw they are playing cards.
Good morning.
Good morning. They're already drinking beer?
Well, that'd be good for you. What do you want?
Tom told me you worked for Dr. Herman from time to time.
Tom tends to have a bit too much to say. I've been unemployed for some time now, so I've been taking what odd jobs are offered to me. I've got to make money somehow.
And it sure is better to do stuff for Dr. Herman than that dirty bastard Murray.
Well, I need a certain favor from you. As a matter of fact, it has to do with Dr. Herman.
So what's the deal?
This is what I want you to do.
I'm listening.
I need you to come to his house at a particular time and keep him busy for a couple of minutes. Ring the doorbell and wait until he comes upstairs. Talk about whatever you want. Just keep him there for as long as you can.
Well, I don't quite like that plan, to tell you the truth. It doesn't look exactly innocent, does it? Also, if Herman learned about my getting involved in some scam on him, he'd never hire me again. You better find someone else for this.
Come on.
Look,
I wish I shouldn't
don't
pay you.
expect this for nothing.
And that's supposed to be surprising?
How much does Dr. Herman pay you?
That depends on what he wants from me.
No, you don't understand. I mean, what is the maximum he has ever paid you?
£6 per day? With food, I guess.
I'll give you 10. That's not bad for a couple of minutes, is it?
10? Well, the money is nice, but you see, these days I at least have a sure job from Dr. Herman. No, I can't do it.
All right. I'll give you 20. Take it or leave it.
20? Damn. I haven't had so much money clink in my pocket for quite some time. £20 take home and it's a deal.
10 now and 10 later.
Okay then. What time should I show up?
About a quarter an hour after I leave the pub. Make sure you're on time, otherwise you get nothing.
Don't worry, I'll be there.
Nice.
You said yesterday that you used to help in our garden.
A couple of times, yes.
So you knew Henry, our gardener, right?
Yes. I don't want to talk about him after what has happened.
When did you last speak with him?
Well, yesterday evening. I met him just a short distance off the road to the village.
What time was that exactly?
I don't want to talk about it. I already told you that. I don't feel like getting involved in anything.
I'm not the police. You needn't worry. What did you speak about?
It was just a couple of sentences. I'm not sure.
Was he acting normal? I mean, was he sober?
Yeah, he was, that's for sure. It's true that he used to drink a lot, but he didn't drink every day. And yesterday, he was sober. I would have noticed.
Thanks for telling me.
You're welcome.
So, Henry was still sober in the evening, and they found him drowned at dawn. That doesn't make much sense. I walked quickly to the morgue to get there before Mark. I hope he'll show up on time, as we have agreed.
Yes?
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the morgue.
Can I speak with you for a moment, Dr. Herman?
Yes, but I told you I have no news. This needs time. So if you keep interrupting me...
No. I'm here because of something else.
Yes?
Well, the thing is...
So what is it you want, Gordon? I do not have the whole day for you.
Where the blazes is that mark?
Did you say something?
No, you see, I just...
Now who could that be? Damn. Who is there? Wait for me here. I will return shortly.
Of course. You needn't hurry. I thought my blood pressure was going to hit boiling point. Now where's that bloody bill of exchange? Maybe I should start with his table.
Ja, hier, over there. It's the drawer. Ooh, it's set. Ah, here.
Is this what I think it is?
It is. A nice brain. Microscope.
Old microscope.
You have not much time. Here's some nice butchering stuff. Butchering knives.
A piece of plastic for making imprints. It could come in handy.
I think I should do one with
Lots of things, but nothing I'd need.
I think I should make a print of the key to check out the... I should make a print of the key that I can make a fake one.
Key to the garbage container at the front of the morgue is in this bundle. I wonder what Herman was disposing of so quickly. It must be the large one. The other keys are small. I can't pick it up right now. Herman would surely notice. I made an imprint of the key in the plastic.
Okay, and now I should search here in the boxes. Yeah, I find there's a piece of paper for the pawn shop.
There's a label with Henry's name on this box. Henry's bill of exchange. Excellent.
Good.
Herman is returning. I can hear him on the steps.
After stealing some evidence.
Are you looking for something in particular?
No, of course not. Well, I've never been to a morgue before. I'm just curious.
You have some odd interests, I can see that. What were we talking about?
I've forgotten completely. It can't have been anything important.
So be it then. I do not have the time to be talking to you constantly. No offense intended.
Oh, it should be me who's apologizing. I won't disturb you any longer. See you, Doctor.
Goodbye, Gordon.
The key is now accurately imprinted in the plastic. A perfect copy.
Okay, but I can make a copy also. Key. Whew. Let's go somewhere else. Let's ask me. Let's go to the church. Maybe it's open today.
The church is locked.
Again? Come on. Here's nothing. Here's nothing.
The church is locked.
Okay. Maybe. The report says someone. There's nothing. Nothing.
One of the crypts of our family. I don't even know who's buried in it.
It's other crypt.
The tomb of Jeremy Gordon.
Okay. Nothing new here. Okay. We need something to reproduce key, but what it is and where we can do it. But we have a piece of paper what we need, so we should go back to Willow Creek, to the pawn shop, where we get the things that we need. There's a piece. What's a gardener? Pond.
Excuse me, may I speak with you?
Sure you can, young man.
Yeah, here.
How long are you going to stay here today?
As long as it takes. The whole day. Unless it stops raining. What a better way to spend a rainy day.
Good luck then. I must go now.
This is the most happiest guy here in this complete video game. I need to pay Mark. Oh, here he is.
May I bother you for a moment?
Well, if you must. But not for long. I've been getting some good hands.
I can see you wasted little time spending my money.
It's mine now, and I'll spend it however I want.
I have no problem with that.
Did you have enough time to do what you needed?
Yes, I did. But maybe you could have rung a bit earlier.
What were you doing down there anyway?
That's none of your business, really.
Yeah, I've got no problem with that. If you need something again, you know where to look for me.
Okay, I was thinking like they told like 20 now and 20 later, 10 now and 10 later to pay, but we're not asking for any money, so I don't know. I might go back inside. Maybe the Gravedigger can stay with me when the church is open.
I don't want to talk to anyone. So goodbye.
Shit. But Tom, tell me something.
May I talk to you?
Now? Come back when we finish the game.
Okay, no one wanted to talk to me.
How can I help you?
I want to ask about something. Harry, you know everyone around here. Would you happen to know someone who can make a key?
Well, I'm not sure if he's the man for the job, but Mark here has a few skills.
Ah.
Just ask him.
All right. Thanks.
Marcus, our man for every crime that we want to do.
What is it you want this time?
It won't take long.
Okay, I'm listening.
I need someone to make a key for me. Harry said you can do it.
A key's no problem. Give me the original and I'll bring it back with a copy in a little while. And it's for free. I'll just assume it's part of our deal today.
Trouble is, I only have an imprint.
That's going to be a lot harder. I've never tried it with an imprint before. Just give it to me and pick up the result in an hour or so. I'll see what I can do.
Good. Here it is.
See you later.
See you later. Where are you going? Hey. Let's check out the pawn shop. I was checking out the wagon yesterday already, why I can do today again.
Didn't bother to cover it up.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I'd like to redeem the object we talked about, Murray.
Surely you remember you must present a valid bill of exchange.
Don't worry, I have it. Here.
Yes, everything seems to be all right. It's £40, sir.
Didn't you say 35 at first?
Oh, you're right. Excuse me, I've made a mistake.
Sure.
I'll go get it for you right away.
Yeah, this pawn shop owner just want to scam some people.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, can I connect him? Yeah, he looks fine.
The parts have clicked into one another.
Okay.
The parts have clicked.
For what I can use it? Nah. Now. We'll try the church again. Oh, I should go back to the pub. I have no idea what I should do at this castle.
The church is locked.
Man, this isn't fair. The people gone. And you, can you say me something?
Have you got a moment?
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Any company.
I don't want to talk with somebody. Letter robot. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Black Mirror. Maybe sell something in the mailbox.
It's empty.
No, get post. This and that. I can ask Robert, maybe he knows something about it. Now we have the connected piece, maybe we go down to the tower again. Check it out if this is some kind of key of the one chest. Not sure. Let's see.
I need to speak with you, Robert.
Sure.
Robert, I'd like to ask you a rather peculiar question.
Peculiar? I am listening.
Right. Here it is. Is it possible for a recently deceased body to be completely bereft of blood?
No blood whatsoever? Certainly did not expect such a strange question. What do you mean?
Well, is there a way to drain the blood out of the body?
Let me think. No, I believe it's quite impossible.
Okay.
A lot of blood remains in a person even after they have bled to death, if that is what you mean.
Strange, indeed.
Why are you asking this? Does it have anything to do with Henry's death?
true?
Yes, it does. I spoke with Dr. Herman. He told me Henry's body was entirely devoid of blood.
You probably just didn't understand him.
No, I wouldn't say so. In fact, he said the same thing as you. He had never seen anything like it before.
Why are you so interested in how Henry died? I'm aware it's a serious matter, but you did not even know him.
It interests me when something like this happens in my home. Actually, I'm wondering why you don't seem to be interested.
Well, I do not have time to worry about it right now. Henry created his own destiny, and now it is a case for the police.
How come Robert isn't interested in this? I will go now.
All right. Feel free to come back if you need anything, Samuel.
Okay. This brought us now nothing. Completely nothing.
The ceiling has collapsed under its own weight. The old wing won't last much longer. Luckily, no one was here when it happened.
Okay. Half the house is collapsing while last night. It's
Decayed
probably
wooden beams have
problem.
broken up and fallen to the floor. The wooden ceiling is now unstable. It could collapse at any minute. The hole in the window lets cold wind and rain enter the room. If it rains like this tomorrow too, we'll have to patch the window up.
Realize it rained like in 45 degrees it was into the house. To be really badly. Rain outside. Okay. Let's go down. Maybe Victoria want to talk with us now. And we have the information of the other guy. There's a guy that was blackmailing him. Oh, come on. Is he still down there? Okay.
I would like to ask you about something, Bates.
I'm at your service, sir.
I found a letter in which Henry blames Morris for stealing the wine from our cellars. Did you know anything about it?
Tell the truth, sir. Yes, I have a good clue as to who might be behind it.
Why didn't you say anything?
I didn't want Madam to have to worry about a couple bottles of wine after what just happened. There is so much wine in the cellar, sir. It seemed unlikely that anyone would notice a dozen bottles missing.
Yeah, bottles of 100 years old wine.
Henry has written in his letter that Morris is an ex-prisoner and thief. Is that true?
I do not believe that, sir. Morris is a brute, but he would not hurt anybody. He does what he is told. He does it well and never causes any trouble.
Well, I'm not really so sure, Bates. I think I will go now.
I'll return to my work.
What I should do? Maybe I should ask Morris again. What's the problem with animation? Of animation of 30 minutes, 30 seconds.
I leave him to his work.
Come on. You don't say it in the beginning or immediately. Okay. Now I could try to talk with Victoria again. He was stealing some bottles. Kick him out.
I'll talk to her later. This is not the right time.
Where else I can go? Cannot go up, so maybe I should climb outside? Tower up. That's what I can try. Yeah, get up there. Okay. Maybe I can go to Herman's house again. Try to get some informations.
I should ring the bell.
Come on, don't annoy me. Hello, who is there?
Yes?
Samuel Gordon. Please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the morgue.
There's nothing new. Oh, nice plant. Okay, yeah, here.
Empty photographic developer canisters. Herman apparently takes the photos for death reports himself.
Nice. So we solved the problems with the pictures.
The bottom is stained, probably by dried blood.
Sorry.
There is nothing in them.
Okay.
Human muscles and certain organs. Legend is composed of a great number of Latin phrases. There's no point in studying them.
Okay. Here. Some boxes here behind him. I cannot do anything. Where's the bucket? Yeah, metal basket.
Better not to imagine what's in it. Herman probably uses it during autopsies to dispose of pieces of flesh.
Delicious. Yeah, totally.
Herman uses it to carry the bodies. There are some things contaminated with blood. I'm not going to mess with it.
Delicious.
I don't know what's in them, and I don't want to.
Okay. Let's go, Herman.
Dr. Herman, I would like to speak to you.
Just a moment. So, what brings you here?
I've noticed the place can also serve as a dark room.
Yes, I'm developing the autopsy photographs here. No one provides such services in the village. It is almost like the Middle Ages around here. Nevertheless, one eventually gets used to it. Are you asking because you'd like to have some photographs developed? You see, Gordon, this is not a copier for tourists. You are standing in a morgue.
Oh yes, that's quite apparent. I only need very few pictures, though.
All right then. But I will only do this because of my friendship for your family. Give it to me.
Thank you, Doctor.
Hold on. I would like something in return. I cannot get you the picture without it anyway. I have run out of toner. Would you bring me some from the village?
Didn't you just say that no one could provide that kind of service in the village?
Yes, and they do not. I have an agreement with old Murray. He orders me supplies from town. Tell him the toner is for me. He will gladly sell it to you.
Right. I'll be back.
Nice! Let's go back to the village and check for the key. Or first toner, then the key.
Oh, it's you again. Have you come to buy something?
I don't know yet. I'll have a look around first.
Sure, just don't touch any of my stuff.
Dr. Herman told me I could get some photographic toner here. Have you got any?
You're lucky. I've still got a couple of bottles left. I don't go to town every day, you see. Here it is.
Thank you, lad.
Thanks.
Okay.
Bye.
Let's go to the pub. Try to get the key and then we can go back to Herman, checking his trash. And shit. Guess I should get back to Herman. Try to develop the film. And then we can maybe hope that these two are back.
Yes?
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Maybe Henry has the key already? Yeah, no.
I am downstairs, in the mall.
I would like to ask you about something, Dr. Herman.
Go ahead, Gordon.
I have that toner for you. So, can you develop my film now?
Why not? But come back later. I have to finish my work before I can do the pictures.
Okay.
What is so important about this film that you have come to me with it?
You will see that for yourself, Doctor. They may be important, or they may be completely useless.
I should ask Henry. Maybe he knows something about the key.
What will it be, sir?
Have you seen Mark around?
No, he hasn't shown up yet. He's probably got some work to do. Are you looking for him?
Not really, just asking. I don't know what we could talk about.
Okay. At least I like this answer more than when you're standing there and be like, yeah, I don't want to talk with you or with anyone. Okay, okay. This boy, maybe there's something new. I can go back to Herman.
I have nothing to talk to him about.
Yes?
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the mall.
Okay.
feeling odd. Hopefully my headache won't return tonight and I'll have a good night's sleep.
Okay.
Can I speak with you?
Hold on a minute.
These pictures.
Yes, I'm listening.
Have you developed that film for me?
Not yet, Gordon.
Nah.
I have work to do. Come back later.
I have really no clue what I have to do.
I have nothing to ask you. It isn't very legible. The chalk is all blurred. I can ask Harry directly.
How about a pipe for Mr. Gordon?
No thanks. Have you seen Mark around?
No, he hasn't shown up yet. He's probably got some work to do.
Not really. Just asking.
Okay. I'm not sure what we forgot, but it's really weird written there. That we go in, ask for Mark, go out, get in again, and ask for him again.
Changed your mind about the dinner? My Mary makes some wonderful meals. Everyone around here will tell you that.
I believe you. I'm just not hungry yet. I would like to ask a couple of questions, though.
Okay, feel free.
Have you seen Mark? He was supposed to wait for me here.
Aye, he popped in just a moment ago.
Ah!
Went somewhere right away.
Finally!
But he's left his key for you here.
I was walking around since a half hour to figure out what's going on. Now I get it so easily. I have no idea. Let's get back to Herman's house. Ugh.
The stink of decaying flesh is forcing tears into my eyes. Disgusting.
Damn it. There's a half guy inside. Ooh.
Human remains. Shouldn't they be buried deep in the ground? Tied up bags, oozing blood. I'm not touching that.
Oh, come on, Zemriel. Go for it. Okay. I think that's it.
The pockets are empty, but I feel something hard inside.
Harry's jacket, nice.
The gem has perfectly smooth edges.
Ah, it's a diamond. I was confused if it's supposed to be a diamond-like thing.
The gem has perfectly smooth edges. All the parts have clicked together perfectly. All the parts have clicked together perfectly.
Good. And now we should try to... get a clue. On one side, with not Samuel enters there, and then on the other side, he's throwing away the jacket of the gardener. It's a bit weird.
Samuel Gordon, please let me in, Doctor. I need to speak to you.
Yes, come in. I am downstairs, in the morgue.
Doctor, can I have a word with you?
Yes, all right.
Yes, right.
Doctor, have you got those photos ready for me?
Sure, I have put them on top of the sink over there.
Thanks for your time.
Oh, good. Finally.
I'll put the pictures in my diary.
Okay, good. I think now we can go to the church. Now we can easily enter the church. Why? Eat. Start with the rear part.
The light of the candles is reflecting in the arch.
Okay. I think he is... Don't leave the church. Ah, here! Father!
This is where I took confession after the Holy Communion many years ago.
So, it's good time.
I don't want to disturb them.
Padre.
Father Frederick,
Yes?
can I speak with you?
Certainly, my son. I am listening.
I am Samuel Gordon.
It has been a long time since we last met, but I still remember you.
I would like to thank you for what you said at the funeral.
You need not thank me. It was the least I could do for William.
Father, I'd like to talk with you about William.
May he rest in peace. What is it that bothers you, my son?
I know he came here often.
Yes, just like many other people who confess regularly to relieve their souls.
But I also know he came here at night. Can you tell me about that?
Well, since it is you, I guess that I can. He kept asking me to let him into the old belfry. He was very insistent, and in the end, I fulfilled his wish.
Have you any idea what he was looking for in there?
I have not. He wanted to be alone, and I respected that. He always spent a lot of time in there, and then left exhausted. I really do not know anything more.
I've heard they used to execute heretics in the attic here a long time ago.
According to the chronicles, the trials would have taken place exactly above where we are standing now.
A strange place to build a church, don't you think?
It was Marcus Gordon, your ancestor, who had the church built. He wanted to at least partially atone for the sins and injustice that occurred here. I believe he chose the right path.
Have a look at this, Father. Have you any idea as to what it could be?
I'm afraid I haven't. It's very old, I would say. Other than that, I'm sorry. I really have no clue.
Tell me, Father, what do you know about Marcus Gordon?
He was a great man of his time. The exact opposite of his older brother. Mordred was a cruel antichrist. He would torture and abuse the innocent in mock trials. Thank God he didn't rule for long. Marcus convinced the peasants to rise and revolt, and they succeeded in overthrowing his reign. You can be proud to be of his blood, my son.
Father, may I make a confession?
Of course. Would you like to do so now?
No, I meant later.
Such things should not be put off. Believe me.
I'll come back later. I promise.
Okay.
Holy writing, all Latin. A fleece with golden knitting covers the holy altar table.
Nothing else here? Okay.
The grate is locked.
Father, give me the key. I want to enter.
Father?
Yes, my son?
Can I disturb you for a moment? Father, I would like to ask you for a favor. I'm interested in having a look around the old belfry.
But my son, the belfry is closed to the public. Why do you want to go there?
I'm afraid I can't explain it at the moment, but it is very important. Believe me.
All right, then. I will make an exception, then. But just for this once.
Thank you.
Follow me, please. I will leave you alone. I have to return to the church and serve others.
Of course, Father. Thank you.
Please tell me when you are done, so that I can lock the grate again.
Of course. I have to figure out how William entered Marcus's tomb. I will not leave before I discover the entrance.
Obviously, as a whole, I just put your stone inside and then I will open something. First, discover their surrounding. Maybe I find something else interesting.
Several old pictures and a dusty inventory are lying in the shadows. I can't see anything interesting there.
Okay.
How many eyes over time have looked through this greyish glass? The window reveals a dismal view of the old graveyard. It leads to the rear part of the graveyard. The gate is locked from the other side. It can't be opened. There's no lock on it. A picture of the Madonna. Its shape resembles that of the stone object.
Ooh. I should maybe do. Nice. Ah, yes, altar. I need to change the colors of the
This
pieces.
must be what William wrote about in his diary. I have to figure out how it works.
Just put them back. Oh, shit. This is the wrong one. Okay.
The right combination at last.
I got it! So now, what's happening? What stairs?
The circular stairs lead to the belfry. I have no reason to go there.
Ah, here, carpet. Maybe something is there hidden. Nice.
The air in here is barely breathable. I've used it to call the altar. I've used it to call the altar.
Ja, okay. Das war also hoch, so.
It's the same as the one upstairs. It's entirely decayed, useless.
Now it works. What? Okay, let's try it. Wow!
Damn! What was that? Entrance has closed. I must open it somehow.
Okay.
Shall wisdom be your way? The Saint 4, the year of the Lord, 1243.
Okay.
The pages are well preserved. I'll have a look.
It can't be seen, but it can be heard. It will not speak unless it's spoken to.
Okay, that's... Okay. Now I'm a bit confused because my English is not so good, so I should search for it, what it is.
It works.
Ah!
Shall wisdom be your way?
Wow.
Black when bought, red when used, grey when thrown out.
Cool. Well. Okay.
Cities without houses, rivers without water, forests without trees.
I think this is a map. What are you doing here? Map. Okay, so last one. Map.
The more you take away, the larger it grows.
Hole. Okay, now. Ah. Marcus Grave.
Grave of Marcus Gordon himself.
Okay, let's find out. If he finds a key and some more informations. Just push through once and it slides down.
Marcus, the first Gordon.
Yeah, here.
This must be the key William wrote about in his diary. The first of the 5.
Nice. Okay.
There is no man today who would remember the origin of the Gate of the Two Worlds, the Black Mirror. This record shall be a warning to all who blindly long for power, not hesitating to stray from the path of fate, exposing their soul to dark forces. Mordred, the lord of our manor, an amoral, evil man, plagued the people of these lands for many long years, with his ill nature and hatred. His power, however, was soon ended by Marcus, newly returned from the battles with the disbelievers in distant lands. Well acquainted with the habits of his enemy, Mordred made meticulous preparations to withstand the attack of his brother. Realizing that not even the strong walls of the castle could hold against the onslaught forever, he descended into the underground of the chapel. There, he opened within its heart the Black Mirror, and urged the entities of shadow to help prevent his doom. He was not the only one, however, to know of the secret corridors below the castle. By the hand of fate, the balance of power began to lean towards Mordred's side. There was not much time left. Watching his men die around him, Marcus understood what had to be done. Overwhelmed by fury, he battled his way through many lines of enemies into the labyrinth of corridors leading to the heart of the underground cathedral. With haste, he took advantage of the momentary surprise and thrust his sword with all his might against his brother. Righteous anger hit its target, and cold steel pierced the black heart of the traitor. Victory was within grasp. Staggering on the edge of a bottomless abyss, Mordred gathered his last ounce of strength and brought forth his final desperate deed. With merciless hatred and zealous rage of his defeat, he pronounced the dark words of the curse. Of your blood, others will rise with your name, bearing my curse. One of your heirs will convert 5 souls of 5 mortals. This will be the catalyst to bring my anger back to life. And I will return. When your days have ended, there will be no one to stop me.
Mordred then fell to his knees, and the throat of the Black Mirror closed as he took his terminal breath. In that instant, the whole place was filled by a deafening sound and blinding light, followed by an absolute silence. And one last thing to be done. 4 keys of power were divided by Marcus among the lords of the Gordon Manors, the 5th key remaining with Marcus himself. Never again would the keys meet in the hand of a mortal to open the gate between the worlds of good and evil. Such is the story of our Lord that saved us in the Dark Ages. Let his soul rest in peace forever. Isidore Vale, in memory of Marcus Gordon, 1240 A.D. Black Mirror. The secret chapel the book mentions must be somewhere below the castle. I'll obtain the 5 keys and finish what William couldn't.
It sounds like we have the 5 keys and free the dark spirits. Mordred again? I have no idea. It sounds really weird. Just believe what you're doing. It's not good.
The path has closed. There's no getting out that way. With hope, there's another exit somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Part of the ceiling has collapsed here. The tomb is very old. I can't see anything interesting.
Oh, nice red.
Where did it run?
Dead. What's not saving? I hope that I'm not dead now. Good.
It must have hurt my arm. Could have been worse though. At least I'm alive.
Okay, I don't see anything here. Ooh, yes.
A mechanism of some sort with 3 levers. With a bit of luck, it might still work. A rusty valve. It might be feeding the fuel somewhere. It's stuck.
I don't have so much left over here. Okay.
Some fencing, maybe a door. I can't see anything, but the fencing can't be moved. The fencing is very strong. I can't do anything with it with bare hands.
Okay.
I can't see anything, but the fencing can't be moved.
Fencing is nothing. Nothing. Okay, I try the 3 levels, maybe.
If only I knew the correct setup. I've got to keep trying. Nothing. The levers must be in the wrong position. The mechanism is short on power consumption.
Yeah. Middle, down, and up.
Excellent. Everything's going to be easier with light. Here are the things I lost when I fell down the shaft. Most of the items are all right. The camera is smashed.
Oh no. Grab this cable. I want to see if you die. Oh. Oh no, Samuel. At least someone is finding him. Really? Here. We saw the credits, we are done now. Nice that you was seeing this let's play. We're back here. Yeah. I was remembering that you can die here in this game, and now we see one end. It's not a nice end. Okay, the key is missing. Yes. Maybe less. Here's a rope. Yeah. Metal box.
Old wire cutters might come in handy.
I think I need to turn off some mechanism. The engine, cut off the cable, and then we can use yeah. Then we can use the lift, what it is over there.
It won't be obstructing my way any longer.
Okay. Let's start again. Let's say again. Just a bit afraid. Something is happening. Here. Leave it.
Locked.
Right. Right click.
The key is on the other side of the door.
So get it. just want to make a construction or something like that to get key from there. Oh man. There's nothing. Ah, now I can cut a bit and then I grab the key and can use it from the other side.
I'll try to get my hand through to reach the key. Got it. I can open it now. The key is in my pocket.
It's really necessary just to say, oh, I take the key and open the door and leave it. But I need to take one more action, take the key.
How many of these are there in here? Maybe I'll never make it to the surface again.
Who knows? Who knows? That's always a nice thing in video games. You can put...
They'll probably be empty, but whatever the content is, it's sure to have been destroyed by water.
It's always amazing that the player's inventory is always really huge. You can put a lot of things in it.
I wonder how he died. This corridor is entirely clogged. The barrels around here probably contain oil or diesel fuel. This one's empty.
I say the games as a box. A fuse box or something like that, a switchboard. Yeah, so much skeletons. Okay, that's it.
The door is tightly shut.
Take this. Here, my knife.
A system of fuses and cables. Nothing I could use. A system of fuses, nothing I could use.
Okay, let's look on the next tunnel.
Lift shaft. The lift is my only chance to get to the surface. Hopefully, I'll be able to call it somehow. It's very rusty, but still in one piece. It's broken. There might be something under that lid. I have to push it off somehow in order to get to the lid. No way. It's too heavy.
Okay.
There is nothing in it, just mud mixed with dirty water. I can't see but a few meters ahead. Maybe I could use the lift, if it's not beyond repair, to somewhere further on.
Okay.
This part of the gallery has been entirely filled up with earth. There's no chance of going this way. I could climb it, but it leads to nowhere. This enormous mechanism was used to move something big. Maybe it controlled the main lift.
Yeah, maybe.
I could try starting the machine, but I don't know how. I could try start...
Okay. Let's see if we can connect both of them. Yeah.
It's too heavy. I'm unable to make it move by... It's very rusty, but still in one piece.
Okay.
A system of fuses and cables. Nothing I could use.
Samuel. There you go. What I should do?
I'll try piercing through the plate with the sharp end of the rod.
Okay.
This should do the trick.
Samuel. You need to think about what is inside. Maybe it's not good for the environment. Carefully.
The lid won't move.
Okay. I'm afraid of dying. Down here.
I tied one end of the rope to the lid. All I need to do now is push away the trolley.
So, push! Samuel, push! Maybe there's a
Can't
break.
be moved.
I think he is somewhere a break or something like that.
I have to get rid of the brake stop.
But no. Nice. I can go down.
It's too dark over there. I'll keep close to the light coming from above.
Okay.
I think it could work. Nothing.
Okay.
It's like the ones upstairs, full of oil. I don't need oil now. The wall ends here.
Okay. Oh, I can climb down. Oh!
It's entirely dark in here. The power circuit is probably interrupted.
Here's a box. Try this one. I hear fuse box.
A fuse box. I'd better leave it alone. It looks like a power distribution circuitry box. It can't be opened.
Yeah, I found a little knife.
It has loosened. I must reconnect the circuit. At last!
Hey! First
I
try!
thought this used to be the lift room. A fuse box. I'd better leave it alone.
I hear so many dead people.
Who could it have been? Who could it have been? I found a small key. Maybe it will help me get outside. May 29th. Everything has gone smoothly today. Another day without any malfunction.
Another day without any malfunction. Except for the dreadful heat here. A horrible 55 degrees. If it were not for the drinks from the surface, we would all drop dead from thirst. May 30th. One of the 3 vent shafts seems to be clogged. The men say something must be stuck in it. That would explain the horrible heat. I have to go to the vent shafts and check out the whole area this afternoon. May 31st. Something has entirely clogged vent 2. It's going to take a while before we can remove it. It's almost halfway through and quite large. Tomorrow we shall discover what has been causing the heat in here. June 1st. We finally dragged out the thing that was clogging the second vent today. It was a body. One of the new workers must have fallen down the vent. Nobody knows his identity yet. The body must have been there for quite a while. And the heat here. June 15th. The last fortnight has been peaceful. No major malfunctions. June 18th. Old Morton has gone mad. They found him at the end of the new corridor, just sitting there, gazing into space. No one managed to get a sensible word out of him. He just kept mumbling about some ghost. Perhaps he has breathed in too much gas. I had him taken to the doctor. June 19th. We had another ghost episode this afternoon. Such nonsense. There must be a gas leak around here somewhere. We'll carry out a reading tomorrow morning. June 22nd. We examined the entire corridor and found nothing. No gas. However, 3 more men had to be taken out today. Nobody knows what is wrong with them. They keep saying the same rubbish as old Morton. If it goes on like this, the mine will have to close down, and Fuller won't be too keen on that. June 23rd. It took me an hour to persuade those cowards into the hoist today. Nobody wants to work in the new corridor. They're afraid of the ghost. I had to agree to shut it down. Otherwise, I'd have to go into the mine alone. Day 1. Something terrible has happened. I heard strange, damn strange sounds coming from above the lift shaft. And then it happened. A nerve-shattering scream and the sound of a tremendous crash. I don't know how many minutes or hours have passed since then, but when I regained consciousness, I was on the other side of the room and my mouth was full of dirt. I believe a couple of my ribs are broken, and my left arm is so swollen I can barely move it. I don't know if I'll be able to crawl out of the lift room in this condition. Day 2. It's no use. All my attempts to break out of here have been unsuccessful. Something must have fallen on the ladder access lid. Damn it. The only other way out is by lift, but it is not working. I hope someone will open the lid for me from above. Otherwise, I fear what will happen. Day 3. I estimate I've been in this bloody hole for 3 days already. I'm very hungry, but my thirst is worse. Thank God for all the moisture. I'm drinking water from the pools under the pipes. My arm hurts badly. I cannot raise it anymore. My whole body aches from screaming, but nobody can hear me. The only possibility is that damned lid, or the lift. But I can't do anything about it from here. How ironic. Day 4. I am getting weaker. I know I won't make it much longer. My arm is in flames, and I'm running out of candles. The light is barely flickering. If nobody finds me soon, I am going to die from blood poisoning, or slowly from hunger and thirst. Without light, it will be much worse than even now. I know that these are my last words, but I don't know what to write. Maybe just... If somebody finds this and takes it out to the surface, please, bury me like a proper man. Farewell.
Sure. This poor guy died here because one of the miners was checking for him. Couldn't say, hey, help me or something like that. No. No idea what was the problem.
There is nothing useful there anymore.
Okay.
A revolver. I'll take it. Hopefully, it will still work.
Okay.
There are some old bullets here. Let's hope they aren't useless. Technical drawings and plans for a machine of some kind. There's nothing in it.
Okay.
There were just 2 bullets in the box. Plans for the controls and drawings of a big machine. Perhaps I can use them somehow. Maybe its purpose is to power the lift. Maybe its purpose...
Okay. Can you start it somehow?
A fuse box. I'd better leave it alone.
Okay. But I think we should use it somehow, or combine it with some stuff. I think I should go up and try to fix a plan to start the machine. Alright.
I'll try to get it to start with the help of those plans.
Cannot do anything. Okay. You cannot do something. Oh, here. Control panel.
I think it could work. Nothing.
Now I go down again. Maybe down there is some fuses. Let's do.
It's functioning, but isn't running full power. I must re-enable the steam flow somehow.
Let's try this.
It's functioning, but I must re-enable.
Maybe I should to wet it first before I can put it on it. Come on. This is a lot.
With oil. The main engine is running. A system of fuses and cables. Nothing I could use. A system of nothing I could use.
Okay. See something interesting. No.
The cloth is rotten, but still usable.
You could use it down there if you want it, but you don't want it, so. Now I go up under it. Maybe now I can combine it with water. Come on, climb down.
Fuse box. I'd better leave it alone. Steam is running out through one of the pipes. I should block that hole with something.
I was already trying it.
I would burn myself.
And let's get up again. Put it in the pool now.
I blocked the hole in the pipe. The machine couldn't take a full power input, damn it.
Yeah, fuse box.
One of the fuses has blown. One of the fuses.
Now I need to go up again to the switch box, get a fuse, get down again, change it, and then I can just leave it. Hopefully, just like that.
I'll try using the fuse from this box in the lift room generator. It should work with this fuse. It's running full power now. I should try to call the main lift. Maybe it will work, and I'll get out of here finally.
Yeah, looks good. There's some light. Like save one more time.
Perfect. The lift is operational.
Perfect. Now get in it. Ah, good.
At last, this is the highest floor. I should be out of here with only a little effort now.
What is in the boxes?
It probably used to hold dynamite. There are some leftover wicks. Nothing else except the old wicks. Just a big heap of damp earth, nothing more. It smells of metal rust.
Okay. Let's get out.
The grate is closed with a padlock chain. I can't get rid of it with my bare hands.
Yeah, but wait, I should save again. Try this to shoot with a revolver on it. Maybe it helps.
I need to aim better. That was not a good shot. The lock is still holding together firmly. The padlock is down. The way is free. I did it. This
Nah.
isn't looking good.
Ending 2. Yeah. I was expecting something like that. Okay, when we do it like that, shooting twice, and it's not working. Maybe we get some dynamite down there. Shoot on the dynamite. See, there's nothing.
I'm glad to be up here. No one is making me go back.
Come on.
The right side of the lock is quite rusty. Maybe I'll be able to break it somehow.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of it with my bare hands. The right side of the lock is quite rusty. Maybe I'll be able to break it somehow.
Okay. I think now he knows where to aim. So, with a new try.
I must aim carefully and hit the most fragile part of the lock.
Yeah!
Perfect shot. The padlock is down.
Some GTA action.
The way is free. I did it. This isn't looking good.
Yeah, shoot him. Shoot the wolf. A dark wolf. This thing is funny. Oh, good. Going back now. Leave. Oh, he's shot.
Scrambled through the vast area of the woods and set off for the castle. I was lucky today. I thought I would never make it out of the depths of the mines.
Oh, Samuel. Come, join us.
You look terrible, Samuel. Did something happen?
Nah, everything
No,
nice.
Just that I've had a difficult
That was
day.
cool.
I'm all right.
You came in rather late. I did want to have a word with you, but I have to leave for the sanatorium in a short while.
Now? At night?
Yes, there is a problem that cannot wait.
Can't you put it off to tomorrow morning?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
What's this about, then?
I do not know exactly myself. I will determine the situation when I arrive there. It must not be anything serious. You need not worry, Victoria.
Please return as soon as possible. I do not like your going there at night in this terrible weather.
It's
Weather.
late already. I must go now. See you tomorrow, Samuel.
Goodbye.
Be careful, Robert.
Okay, Robert is leaving now. And we want to ask Victoria some things.
I'll be leaving for Wales tomorrow, Victoria. I should return in 2 days.
To Wales? May I ask why?
Oh, just for a visit.
Haven't seen dear Eleanor for a very long time. I will write a letter to her first thing in the morning. Will you take it to her along with my greetings?
Of course.
Thank you.
I'll go to my room now, Victoria. I need to take a rest.
Of course, Samuel.
Hopefully no one will die
According
this
to
time.
William's diary, the next key has to be in the Wales Manor. I must not delay. I'll set off tomorrow.
Yeah. Chapter 3. What are you streaming about? Ooh. One more sign. Oh. Super Weg.
I awoke drenched in sweat today. My past memories are haunting me even in my dreams. I should not have returned. I cleared my thoughts and decided to carry on with what I had begun. I set off for our family's manor in Wales so that I could finish what William couldn't. I hope Eleanor will not refuse my visit. I don't even know whether she'll still remember me. According to William's diary, the next key must be somewhere at the manor. I have to obtain it. However, I have no clue as to where to start looking. The grate is locked.
So, this was the second chapter of the Black Mirror. This thing with the death of Samuel's grandpa, we are not any step further. Okay, finds the one key that he was writing about in his book. At least we have that. Otherwise, the gardener died, and we have no clue who killed him. But we think it's the other servant who's taking care of the horses. But we still have no idea. This night we had a vision again about the little boy with a wig. Somewhere it's a ritual mod in the forest. That's not our problem now. Yeah, that's it. I wish you a nice time, and I hope you come back to my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and goodbye.